Yes, it is possible to de-evolve over a lifetime. You can end up at the end with less quality of consciousness than you started with. That is a possibility, and that comes from making poor choices. But the system knows that you are struggling. It knows that in changing yourself, increasing the quality of your consciousness, being someone else, someone better, is a very hard thing to do. It's aware of that. So it's not too picky about the choices you make if you make choices that aren't the best choices. It expects that. That's part of the struggle, is to make better choices. So it's not like everything you do that isn't perfect is going to weigh against you. Things are dependent on how high entropy the choices are. If the mistakes you make are easy mistakes to make, there'll be almost no decrement taken away at all. If you go out of your way to be mean and to be nasty and to hurt other people, that will be noticed. So don't worry about the details. That's okay. But just like those classes you mentioned, you pass a course and then you don't have to go back and take it again. But if you need to understand that material, you may not have to take the course again, but you're still going to have to learn the material that was there. You know, if you're going to go on to next courses and other courses, sooner or later you're going to have to go back and pick all that up if it's required, if it's cumulative. Now, all learning in a college or a school is not cumulative. Sometimes you just take a course and then when you're done with it, you're done with it. But learning and growing is all cumulative. So the things that you don't get right now, well, you get to work on them again. And if you don't get them right again, well, you get to work on them still again, and so on. And the system's okay with that. It's not a time test. If you are making very slow progress, or even if you slip backwards for a little bit and then come forwards again, that's all part of what's expected. So you don't get big decrements for small errors. You only get big decrements for big errors, being really, really negative or hurtful or mean or self-centered, things that are kind of unusually so. And then, yes, you can start slip sliding backwards. Now, slip sliding backwards isn't necessarily a horrible thing, in the sense that the next time you can always go forward again. But now, if you did things that made you de-evolve, the next incarnation, you're going to have to evolve again with good choices up to the point that you were before you can start evolving more. So those poor choices, sort of, you're digging a hole under yourself. You're sinking a little deeper, and next time you've got to work your way up out of that hole to get to where you were before with good choices. So you don't get to, oh, I got it now, and then jump back up, to where you were. You're going to have to re-earn the position you had before. It all comes down to, it's worth taking a little time to think about our choices, that we're making good choices.